want to go through the answers, and then from there we can discuss further, inshallah. So in the previous lessons we did two concepts that were both under Jumla. What are they called? Jumlatul Ismiya and Jumlatul Fi'liya. Jumlatul Fi'liya had what? What did Jumlatul Fi'liya have in it? It had a verb. What else did it have? A doer, and what else? A maf'ul bihi, done upon. Like the boy helped the girl. The boy, the doer, helped is the verb, and the girl is done upon. So nasara, al-waladu, al-binta. Okay, those are the 3 parts. Then we had Jumlatul Ismiya. What was Jumlatul Ismiya? What are the 2 parts? Mubtada and Khabar. What is Mubtada? It was the focus of the sentence. And what is Khabar? News about it. So in other words, there was like an is or are relationship. That I'm focusing on something and I'm saying that something is something. Al-waladu tawilun. I'm focusing on the boy, I'm saying the boy is tall. And what is the rule of the Mubtada and Khabar? In which hal will it always be? It will always be in Raf'un. Mubtada always Raf'un and Khabar always Raf'un. So now we finished that. So we finished the Jumlas. You with me? The 2 Jumlas are done. So what we're doing now is we're doing what we call fragments or compounds. So we're doing like pieces of a sentence, not the whole sentence. So for example, the first one here that we have is Rajulun Tawilun. Rajulun Tawilun. Which means what? The answer is there. It means what? A tall man. So if someone comes to you and says, Assalamu alaikum, a tall man. Is that a sentence? What are you going to ask? You're waiting for some khabar, you're waiting for some news. What about the tall man? The tall man is what? He's sleeping, he's awake, he's coming to class. You want some news. So if you say a tall man, it's not a sentence. So we're doing a fragment. This is the fragment we're doing now. Rajulun tawilun translates as a tall man. The next one says ar-rajula at-tawila. Translates as what? The tall man. Now to differentiate, it's not saying the man is tall. That's something else. That's Mubtada and Khabar. Ar-rajulu tawilun. That is the man is tall. This is what? The tall man. Next one. Ar-rajulani at-tawilani means the 2 tall men. Next one, al-binti as-saghirati, the small girl. Next one, bintan saghiratan, a small girl. Next one, al-bintaini as-saghirataini, the 2 small girls. Okay. So then you have to complete from number 7. So number 7 says, al-muslimuna as-salihuna. How did you translate that? The pious Muslims. Al-muslimuna as-salihuna, the pious Muslims. Why didn't you say the Muslims are pious? Why didn't you say the Muslims are pious? Because the Muslims are pious is what? Mubtada Khabar. So why isn't that Mubtada Khabar? Is Muslimuna Raf'un? Is as-Muslimuna Raf'un? Yes. Una's Raf'un. Is as-Salihuna Raf'un? Is Raf'un. So why didn't you say the Muslims are pious? Good, the al way. I heard the al was in the al. What about the al? When you learn Mubtada and Khabar, where was the al and where wasn't there al? Let's go back to Mubtada Khabar. Look at all the examples in your page. Just turn to the previous page. Or the previous page before the previous page. Do we have a previous page? Okay. Can you see this page here? This was Mubtada Khabar, I don't know if you remember it. You can see on the screen there. Can you see there, where's the al and what are the tawbir and where's the al? Always the first one's always definite. Can you see al-waladu, al-bintu, al-shamsu, al-qamaru, Allahu, Muhammadu, Ibrahim, ad-darsu? The first one's always definite. And the second one? Second one is indefinite. When you have that construction, it's something is something. You can see clearly. In Mubtada Khabar, the first one is definite, the second one is indefinite. Then I say something is something, and obviously they must both be which hal? Must both be in Raf'un. You with me? Let's go back to our example we are now. The example we are now is Al-Muslimuna As-Salihuna. What is different about their Mubtada and Khabar? The Khabar there has an al. You with me? Normally Khabar doesn't have an al, therefore it's not Mubtada Khabar. You with me? It's not Mubtada Khabar. The right answer is the pious Muslims. Okay. Next one. Muslimina Salihina. Translation? Just pious Muslims. Next one. Masjidun Kabirun. A big masjid or a big mosque. Next one. Al-Bayta Al-Mubarakah, the blessed house. Al-Bayta Al-Mubarakah, the blessed house. Next one. At-Tulabu As-Sabiruna, the patient students. Next one. Talibina Sabirina, patient students. They're both plural. Next one, Al-Qur'anu Al-Karimu. Mr. Karim means noble. Al-Qur'anu Al-Karimu, the noble Qur'an. The noble Qur'an. Last one, Rasulin Aminin. Let's say Amin means trustworthy. A trustworthy messenger. A trustworthy messenger. Okay, so the first thing is just to do the translation. Now discuss some of what rules you come up with. So how many words do I have in every construction? 2 words. What is the relationship between the 2 words? Because Nahw is dealing with how words relate. So what is the relationship between the 2 words? Which function do the words play in the construction? I'll give examples. Say you have Nasara, Al-Waladu, Al-Binta. I'll say the relationship of Al-Walad, it is the doer of the verb. And Al-Binta, it is the done upon. So what's the relationship here between the second word and the first word? The relationship is that the second word is always describing the first word. So do you all see that? The relationship here is that the second word is describing the first word. That's the main thing. The second word is describing the first word. What other patterns do you recognize? Is there a connection between the second word and the first word in terms of the way it's constructed? How is it the same? Is it the same hal always? Can you see the same hal? The second word is always the same hal as the first word. How about the same gender? Is the second word always the same gender as the first one? Yes. How about the same number? Yes. If the first word is single, the second word is single. If the first word is dual, the second word is dual. If the first word is plural, the second word is plural. How about definiteness? Yes. If the first word is definite, the second word is always definite. So they're matching in what? They're matching in gender. Okay. Now let's talk about the hal. Let's talk about the halat. Are the halat the same? So what do I mean by the same? They're always matching us. But I'm saying, is there, like, with Mubtada and Khabar, there's always what hal? Always raf'un. Is there only one hal here? No, you have raf, you have nasb, and you have jar. Okay. So do you all observe that? So I'm going to summarize what you observe. Yeah, because normally language actually is derived from, you normally don't get taught the rules first and then language. You normally get taught language first and your brain works out the patterns, and then later on someone describes the pattern. You with me? You don't like think when you speak now, I must enter a subject and then an object and then because it's just natural the process happens. So with the exercise I try to let you see it naturally, and then after you see it naturally we then describe what actually happened in your experience. Okay, so I'm going to add some labels to it, basically. So Bismillah, let's find. Let me just see what happened in this thing. Okay, so we're looking for. One second. Okay. So the first thing is, let's look at the example. The example says ar-rajulu at-tawilu. Ar-rajulu at-tawilu, which means what? The tall man. Why isn't that the man is tall? Why isn't that the man is tall? Because they both have al. In the man is tall, we don't have al in the second one. Ar-rajulu at-tawilu. Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to label those two words. Do you understand the construction? Ar-rajulu at-tawilu, you all agree with me, it means the tall man. It's not a full sentence, it's just a part of a sentence that just says the tall man. The first word we're going to call al-mawsoof or just mawsoof. Let's say it together. Mawsoof. Mawsoof. The second word we call it Sifa. We'll say it together. Sifa. Sifa with a side. Sifa and Mawsoof. What does that mean? Those words mean? Mawsoof just means the thing being described. The object entity being described. We call it Mawsoof. And what's Sifa? The description or the adjective. The description and the adjective. So what are the two words? Mawsoof and Sifa. Altogether? Mawsoof and Sifa. Or if you add al-Mawsoof and as-Sifa. But can you say Mawsoof and Sifa? Look at the English above there. In the English one on top there, the tall man. Which one is the Mawsoof? Which Mawsoof means the thing being described? In the English there, which word is being described? The man. And which word is the description? The tall. So in English, when you speak English, how do you speak? You first describe something, then you say what it is. You with me? If I say the bright, new, big, what? You don't know yet. I'm first describing it, and later on I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a bit like a weird system actually. Like I was in Turkey recently, I don't know exactly, but they told me in Turkey, you always put a negation at the end. So you'll have like a long sentence, you'll say not. At the end. So you must like wait all the way until the end to know if it's yes or no. It's like a weird thing. Anyway. So even in English is a bit weird because normally, not normally, but I'm saying, I'm describing something which I don't know what it is yet. You with me? The tall, red, big. I'm describing something before I know what it is. Only when I add the last word, then I know what it is. In Arabic it's different. What is Arabic structure? We first mention, what do we mention? The object we're describing. And what do we mention next? The description. You with me? We say ar-rajulu, the man. Then we say description. Tawil or nadif, whatever we add afterwards. You with me? So the construction is basically called Mawsoof and Sifa. That's the construction called. What's it called? Mawsoof and Sifa. In English you can call it like an adjectival phrase or something. That's fine. But leave the English for now. It's just Mawsoof and Sifa. Mawsoof and Sifa. This is a construction. What's the construction? I mention something and I describe it. I mention something and I describe it. Okay. Okay. How do I identify it? So you're reading the Quran. You open your Mus'haf. How are you going to know that you came across a Mawsoof Sifa? You understand the question? You're reading the Quran now, lots of words in front of you. Thousands of words. When you're reading an ayah, how do you recognize that is a Mawsoof Sifa? Okay, I'll ask you a simple question. How do you recognize Mubtada Khabar? The first one will be which hal? Raf'un. The second one will be which hal? Raf'un. The first will be definite or indefinite? Definite. Second word will be what? Indefinite. So if I come across a word and says Allahu Alimun, the word Allah definite or indefinite? Allah is definite, proper noun. Alimun. Definite or indefinite? Indefinite. Therefore I know Mubtada Khabar. Something is something, Allah is all-knowing. I can see a pattern. You with me? How am I going to see Mawsoof and Sifa? What are the markers, the indicators? Sorry, okay, the first word will be the thing being described. What's the second word going to be? The description. So first of all, if I'm reading the words and I know the meaning, what's going to happen? I'm going to find two words. The first word is the thing being described, and the second word is the description. Good. What other markers are there? You mentioned already. The hal will be the same. The second, if the first word is raf'un, the second word will be which hal? Raf'un. If the first word is nasbun, the second word will be what? Nasbun. And jarrun, jar. What else? The definiteness will be the same. If the first word is definite, the second word will be definite. The first word is indefinite, the second word will be indefinite. What else? Number as well. Single, single, dual, dual, plural, plural. Or there is linguistic markers. You with me? There's markers to show you something. Okay. So what are the markers? How to identify it? Because students, what they struggle with most is not the concept. The concept is easy. Ar-rajulu at-tawilu. Simple. So when it comes to the text, they can't see it. You with me? So we're looking at the markers. So the first of all must be two words. Okay, because two words. Compound, fragment. Okay, two words. And the second word will be describing the first word. In terms of meaning, the second word will be describing the first word. The relationship between the two words is that the first word is the thing I'm speaking about, and the second word is a description. The second thing is very simple. They must agree in four things. And in brackets there, most times, all the time. There come exceptions later on, inshallah. But for now, they must agree in four things. What do you think those four things are? What are those four things? Jinn. Does jinn sound familiar? If you're here for the first 2 months, you should know it sounds familiar. What does jinn stand for? Gender, encasing, number, definiteness. That's it. You read in the Quran, you come across an ayah, and in the ayah there are two words. The second word is describing the first word, and they're matching in jinn. Okay. Maybe Allah speaking about This Allah speaking about His rahmah. And He says He has rahmatin wasi'atin. What does He have? Rahmatin wasi'atin. What does rahmah mean? Mercy, love, compassion. What does wasi'atin means? Wide or vast. Rahmatin wasi'atin. Do I have two words? Yes. Is the second word describing the first word? Yes. Do they match in gen? Rahmatin wasi'atin. They all match in gen. They have Sifa and Mawsoof. If Allah speaking about the lawhi mahfuz, lawhun mahfuzun. Lawhun is what? The tablet. Mahfuz means preserved. The lawhun mahfuz, the preserved tablet. Lawhun mahfuzun. Lawh means tablet. Mahfuz means preserved, like hafid, mahfuz, preserved. The second word is describing the lawh. What type of lawh? Preserved, protected. So machine jinn? Yes. Many examples inshallah we'll do later on for homework. Allah speaks about adhab, for example. Adhabun azimun. Adhabun alimun. What's adhab? Punishment. What's azim? Great. So Allah speaks about adhabun. Walahum adhabun azimun. Walahum adhabun alimun. What's adhab there? The thing I'm speaking about, adhab is the thing I'm describing. Azim is the description, and they match in gent. You ask me. It's going to be easy. You're going to see it eventually many times inshallah. Okay. What I mean gen? Either both must be male or both must be female. Encasing, raf, nas, jar. The encasing must match. Okay. Number, both must be single, both must be dual, both must be plural. And last one, definiteness, most must be definite and or both must be indefinite. There is an exception to this rule. The exception, inshallah, a couple of weeks' time, inshallah. Okay. This one now is the rule. Okay. Okay, we'll do this for now, it's fine. Okay. Al-Muslimi as-Salihi. Translate for me. The pious. What's anything on the side here? Okay, let's go from here, inshallah. Let's go from gender. Muslimun salihun. What does Muslimun salihun mean? A pious Muslim. How does I say Muslimun salihun but a female? What's a female Muslim first called? Muslimatun. So say a pious female Muslim. Muslimatun salihatun. If I'm speaking about the female, I must use a female adjective. If I'm speaking about the male, I must use a male adjective. For example, they say Muslimani salihani. What's the meaning of that? Two pious Muslims. But I want to say now two pious Muslims, but the female. Muslimatani salihatani. What does it mean? Muslimatani salihatani. How do I say many pious Muslims? Male. Muslimuna salihuna. But I'm speaking about females. How do I say it? What's many female Muslims called? Muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin, muslimatani, muslimataini, muslimataini, muslimatun. Muslimatun salihatun. Okay, all I want to highlight here is what? What's matching all the time? Gender. If I'm describing something female, the description will be female. If I'm describing something feminine, the description will be feminine. Most commonly, tamarbuta, the description will be feminine. How about Ainun Jariyah? Come to the Quran. What's Ain? Ain means an eye. Ain also means a spring. A spring. And Jariyah? Jariyah means flowing. Ainun Jariyah. So why is it Jariyah? Why is it female? Because the word Ain is female. The word ayn is, why? Because the ayn is dual body part and all the other ayns also, even though they don't speak about the body, it's also female. So ayn is a female word, therefore I use jariya. Another example here, darun jamilatun. What's a dar? A house. And jamila? Beautiful. Why don't I say darun jamilun? Why do I say darun jamilatun? Is dar male or female? Female. It's one of those deemed feminine. You with me? So I'm just reminding you. Feminine, there's different types of feminine, but it's always feminine, feminine. You with me so far? Okay. Encasing. Both rafun. Ar-rajulu, al-tawilu. Make them nasb. Ar-rajula, al-tawila. Make them jar. Everybody together, make them jar. Ar-rajuli, al-tawili. Okay. I'm going to say this a bit differently, so just remember it, inshallah. Instead of saying both must have the same hal, it should actually more correctly be said, the hal of the second one must follow the first one. Meaning what? If the first word is raf'un, the second word will be raf'un. If a rajula is nasbun, a tawila must always be nasbun, must follow nasbun. If a rajuli is jarrun, a tawili will follow it and be jarrun. It's always going to follow the same hal. So muslimuna, salihuna. Make that into nasb. Muslimuna, make it in nasb. Anybody? Muslimina, salihina. Remember the table? Muslimun, Musliman, Muslim didn't change. Still the same table. Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina. It's been the same for 1400 years. Una is raf'un, nasb, more than 1400 years. It's still the same. Una is raf'un, ina is nasb and jar. Okay. Both have the same number. Muslimun, what do I have here? Muslimun salihun, make it dual. Muslimun salihun, make it dual. Muslim, make it dual in the raf'un. Muslimani salihani. Muslimatun salihatun, make it dual. Ani, muslimatani salihatani. Make it plural. Muslimuna salihuna. Look at the example here. Rijalun salihuna. What's the meaning of that? What's a rijal? Men. Salihuna, pious. Translation? Pious men. All I want to bring attention to is rijal is a broken plural. Salihuna is a sound plural, but they're both plural. You with me? It doesn't matter if you mix up broken and sound. It's always plural. You with me? It's still the same. Or nisa'un salihatun. Nisa is plural. Nisa means women. Salihatun, pious women. So if it's broken plural, sound plural, doesn't matter as long as it's both plural. Definiteness. Al-baytu as-saghiru. Translation. The small house. Make it into a small house. Baytun saghirun. How about Maryamu saghiru? Translation. What can you tell about Maryam? Is it the small Maryam or Maryam is small? The small Maryam. Because the khabar mustn't have al, remember? Khabar mustn't have al. Remember? So Maryamu saghirun is, Maryam is small. Maryamu as-saghiru, definite. The small Maryam. You with me? Allahu Rahimu. The merciful Allah. It's a both positive, both the same, definite, and so on. Okay. Ready for more quickly? Okay. Let me just see what I give answer exercise before we do more. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it's 9:32. Okay, I'll give you one time, inshallah. What you can do now? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? You don't look so ready. And I think you need 5 minutes to get ready, inshallah. So in your groups, inshallah, what you're going to do, just to get ready, because there's something new now. Just to get ready, inshallah, what you're going to do is you're going to do worksheet 4.3. Worksheet 4.3. Worksheet 4.3. These are all from the Quran now. Worksheet 4.3 is from the Quran. It's Sifa and Mawsoof in the Quran. All I have to do is 2 things. Number 1, translate it. And number 2, mark there above the Mawsoof, put Mim Sad. Above the Sifa, put Sad. Okay, and the vocab is on the previous page. So you have to use dictionary. The vocab is at the beginning of the exercise, 4.3. The vocab sheet is first, and then there's the exercise. So Bismillah in your groups, 5 minutes, and I'm giving you something new after that, inshallah. Okay. Our time is a bit tight, inshallah. So what I'm going to ask you to do is look at the screen and translate the sentence at the bottom, inshallah, in your groups. Look at the screen and translate the sentence at the bottom, and also think about why that hal and what's the role of the sentence. So at the bottom there, that bottom sentence, translated inshallah in your groups, and try and figure out what's happening there. So leave your homework for now on the screen, inshallah. Okay, let's focus on the screen, inshallah. So what we're going to do now, listen here, what we're going to do now is we're going to take the concept of Sifa and Mawsoof and we're going to put it into a sentence. You with me? We're taking Sifa and Mawsoof now because it's a floating thing. You can't just say, "Hey, tall man." That's not the language. You must speak. I mean, not a full sentence. You must put it into a sentence. Okay. So if you look at the first one, the first sentence. Nasara ar-rajula al-binta. Translate for me. That one I'm saying the point there, what it's saying? The man helped the girl. Give me the grammar labels there. What is Nasara? Is Nasara the fa'il or the maf'ul? Is Nasara the fa'il or the maf'ul? What do you think, brothers? Fa'il or maf'ul? Okay, who says fa'il? Okay, who says maf'ul? Nasara is a verb, remember? What's fa'il or maf'ul? Nasara is a fi'l. So Nasara is not the fa'il or maf'ul, Nasara is the verb. You with me? Okay. You with me? What type of verb? What type of fi'l? Al-fi'lul Madi. So Nasara is the past tense verb. Good. Next one. Ar-rajulu. What's the label for it? The grammar label. Okay, now I'll ask you. Is Ar-rajulu the fa'il or the maf'ul? Rajulu is the fa'il, the doer. So who helped? The man helped. So Rajulu is the fa'il. And al-binta maf'ulun bihi. Al-binta maf'ulun bihi. Remember fa'il always raf'un, al-binta always nasb. I'm taking the same sentence, I'm just going to add 2 more words. Same sentence. Can you see the ar-rajulu and al-binta still? The next sentence reads Nasara ar-rajulu at-tawilu al-binta as-saghira. You can see that, right? So let's translate the first 3 words. Nasara ar-rajulu at-tawilatu. Okay, let's just translate the words in blue. Ar-rajulu al-tawilu. The tall man. Ar-rajulu al-tawilu means what? The tall man. If I put Nasr at the beginning, it becomes what? The tall man what? Helped. The tall man helped. If I add al-bint, what does it become? The tall man helped the girl. If I put as-saghirata, it becomes what? The tall man helped the small girl. Can you see that? Okay. Now we're going to put the labels on quickly, just to confuse you a little bit. Okay. So in that whole sentence there, where is the doer? Who did the helping? Who helped? So you all agree with me that Rajul is the fa'il? Yes. Rajul is the fa'il. What hal is the fa'il always in? Always in? Rafa. Good. Who did the tall man, who did the man help? So where's the maf'ulun bihi? Where's the maf'ulun bihi? Al-binta. So I'm going to put the label above al-binta, maf'ulun bihi. What hal is the maf'ulun bihi always in? Always in nasb. Always in nasb. Okay. So I have two more words there. What do you think I call at-tawilu? What's the label for it? I'll give you a clue, it's either Mawsoof or Sifa. Is at-tawil being described or is it the describing word? What's it describing? It's describing the man. So it might be a bit strange, but at the same time, a rajul is also Mawsoof. It's fa'il, yes, but it's also something which is being described. You agree with me? The man is being described. What's the description for the man? At-tawilu, the tall is the description. Therefore, what do you call the description thing in Arabic? Sifa. Can you, so Sifa, it's called Sifa. Okay. Let's pause here for a second. Why is ar-rajulu in raf'un? Why is nasara ar-rajuli? Why is nasara ar-rajulu? Because it is the, not mubtada, because it is the fa'il, it's a doer. It's the doer. You have me, it's a doer. Can you see ar-rajulu is the doer? So if I'm going to describe ar-rajulu, what must I make at-tawil? I must make it the same. So because ar-rajulu is raf'un, I must make tawil also raf'un because I must follow the same hal. You with me? So I must say nasara ar-rajulu at-tawilu. You still with me? So. Al-binta as-saghirata. Who did the tall man help? The girl. Al-binta. Al-binta. So what label will I put under bint and under saghirata? Which one is being described and which one is the describing word? Well, which object is being described? Which entity is being described? Al-binta. You call the thing being described, what do you call it? Mawsoof. Mawsoof. What is the describing word? Saghirata. What do you call the describing word? Sifa. Sifa. What you're going to find is that the Sifa will always follow the Mawsoof. In fact, in Arabic, actually called Sifa, technically you call it a follower. A tabi'un. But we come there one day, inshallah. But it's a follower. Why do you call it a follower? Because whatever the Mawsoof is, if it's raf'un, it will follow it. If it's nasbun, it will follow it. If it's jarrun, it's a follower. You with me? Okay. So you understand why al-binta is nasbun? Why? Not because of Mawsoof, because it's maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun bihi. Okay, I'm going to say this in a different way. Mawsoof doesn't have a fixed hal. Mawsoof can be raf'un or nasbun or jarrun. Can you see the first Mawsoof is what? Raf'un. Second Mawsoof is what? Nasbun. Depends on the context. What has a fixed hal is what? Fa'il and maf'ul. Fa'il is always raf, maf'ul is always nasb. Okay. Another one. Last one, inshallah. Last one. Al-waladu talibun. Translation. What's a talib? A student. So al-waladu talibun. Is it the student boy? No, no. The boy is a student. Why? You have two things, they're both rafu, and the first one's definite, the second one's indefinite. You give information, you're focusing on the boy. Al-waladu, what you give me news about him? He is talibun, he is a student. So that is mubtada and khabar. So bismillah now. Al-waladu at-tawilu talibun. Tell your partner what do you think? Tell your partner what you think there. Okay, so simple. The answer is going to be Al-waladu at-tawilu translates as what? Al-waladu at-tawilu. The tall boy. Al-waladu at-tawilu translates as what? The tall boy. How about talibun? The tall boy is a student. The tall boy is a student. Can you put on the labels for me? Try put the grammar labels. I'll give you a clue. There's no fi'l, there's no fa'il, there's no maf'ul. Okay, there's no fi'l here, there's no fa'il, there's no maf'ul. Why? Because jumlatul ismiyah. Okay, the previous one is jumlatul fi'liyah, there's jumlatul ismiyah. If you feel lost, it's okay, alhamdulillah. It's Ramadan also, Puasa also. It's okay, relax, don't worry. Okay, I'll give it to you inshallah. Al-waladu is mubtada. It's the focus of the sentence. Where is the news about al-waladu? The news is, what about the boy? He is a student. That's the main thing. What about the boy? The news is, he is a student. So talib is going to be the khabar. Al-waladu talibun. The boy is a student. What is at-tawil doing? Describing the boy. So what are the two labels for those things? Mawsoof and Sifa. So the first one is Mawsoof and the second one is Sifa. That's it. Let's summarize today's lesson, inshallah. We'll close today's lesson. What is the construction called today? What's the construction called? It's called what? Mawsoof Sifa. What do you call this? Mawsoof Sifa. Or you can call it Sifa Mawsoof. Same thing. But Mawsoof Sifa. So you must, in your mind process right now, two jumlas, right? One jumla, fi'l, fa'il, maf'ul. Jumlatul fi'l. One jumla, mubtada, khabar, jumla ismiyah. Now finish the jumlas now. We're doing now compounds. We do 4 compounds. Compound number 1 is called what? Mawsoof Sifa. Mawsoof Sifa. What is Mawsoof Sifa? Very simply, it's 2 words. The second word is describing the first word. That's it. The second word is describing the first word, and how to recognize it? I will see they match in gender. That's all you have to know for now. So even if you get lost somewhere along the way, it's fine. All you must remember for now is we're doing Mawsoof Sifa. 2 words. A word that is being described called Mawsoof, and a Sifa, a description. 2 words. And they match in gender. They match in gender. Okay. Homework inshallah. Homework is exercise 4.2 only until number 16. Not number 17 and 18. So exercise 4.2, 1 to 16, not 17 and 18 for now. That's the exception to the rule. Then exercise 4.3. And 4.3 is exciting because 4.3 is Sifa and Mawsoof in the Quran. Sifa and Mawsoof in the Quran. You must do everything except 2, 6, 8, 13, 14. What must you do? You must translate it and you must add the symbols. The meme Saad above Mawsoof and Saad above Sifa. More homework inshallah. Then exercise 4.4. In 4.4 we take Sifa Mawsoof and we put it into the Jumla Ismiya and Jumla Fi'liya, like we did now, last examples. So in 4.4, what must you do? You must translate number 1 to 10 and then identify, mark off there. If it's a fa'il, put a fa. If it's a maf'ulun bihi, put a mim baha. If it's a mubtada, put a mim. If it's a khabar, put a kha. If it's sifa, put a sad. Mawsoof, put mim sad. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 concepts you know. Do you know it? Fa'il, you know? Doer. Maf'ulun bihi, done upon. Mubtada, focus of the sentence, Jumla Ismiya. Khabar, information about the focus, Jumla Ismiya. Sifa, the thing, the description. Mawsoof, the thing being described. You know all 6. But now you must process and see it in the sentences. Okay, you must do homework at this stage. From the beginning you must do homework. But I'm saying, I'm not going to take long now, we're going to move. Next time, next construction. We're going to finish after the next few weeks inshallah. You must consolidate the concept. The concept is easy, but you must consolidate it in the